happen for real. One of these ideas stems around our money supply. Money is the root of all evil. And in Canada, we have a banking system that is illegal. Our banking system does not follow the laws that are on the books. I encourage all of you to do some research into the Bank of Canada Act of 1935. This country is supposed to be operating under a system of legal tender and spending money into existence instead of borrowing it at interest. Did you guys know that from 1867 to 1993, the total principal amount of debt that we borrowed was $37 billion? And in 1993, the total debt level was $423 billion. Let me put that in some real world terms. If you bought a car for $37,000, and after all your interest and payments, by the end of it, you would have paid $423,000 for a singular car, and that is the deal that our entire country is getting on its money supply. It's why we don't have enough money to pay for the social programs that we need. It's why we don't have enough money for our hospitals. It's why we don't have enough money for our schools. It's why we don't have enough money for our welfare recipients to have a livable wage. It's why we don't have enough money for housing. There are so many massive issues that deal from this very complex thing. And I encourage all of you to inform yourselves, research, understand the laws that are on the books, and stand up for our laws here. Stand up for our rights. Stand up for a money system of legal tender that isn't based on some BS fractional reserve Ponzi scheme.
What he said was Post last week, not even Liberals, NDP, or other MPs knows the secret. Oh, I'm sorry. Is that better? I'm a senior citizen, you know. Woo! The Canadian-European Union Comprehensive Economic and Trade Agreement could have more impact on Canadians than NAFTA. Access to our water, public health care, scoreboards, buying local products, Canada's Postal Service, CBC are at risk with the deal the government is negotiating behind closed doors. According to Huffington Post last week, not even the Liberals, NDP, or other MPs know the specifics. It is really a deal between the government and the corporations of Europe, which would like to purchase what is now public in Canada. Everything in our public trust is being examined to be sold, from our healthcare system to water, school boards, meaning that some of these things could become private and many will be run by international corporations. The close to $200 billion that Canadians spend annually on provincial and municipal programs, schools, hospitals, parks, security, water delivery, and public services. It's all up for grabs in this deal. And Harbour has done it very quietly, and as of October 17 to 21st, he is going to sign that deal for us. And I don't think many people know.
Where's the media? Where's the media reporting? Why isn't the media reporting?
Hi there, everyone. My name is Sharon, and I'm from the Women's Coordinating Committee for Free One Mapu. I think we're all here today, we're all calling this Occupy Toronto. And it's amazing to see so many people here that have decided to stand up for their rights against everything that oppresses us in this society. We have to acknowledge, though, that even though we call this Occupy Toronto, that this is already occupied land that we stand on today. This is all stolen native land that we stand on. And the fact that all of you, the people who are applauding, recognize that is a huge step forward in this struggle. The fact is that all those corporations, all of those banks, all of those people, the rich, the 1% of those people, have the wealth, because of our lands that were taken away from us all across the Americas. This is a reflection of that, and all these people are the response of that. We here today have to fight for what is right for us. Take back what has been taken away from us for centuries. Not just Indigenous people, but those of us who are in solidarity with those of us who are poor, those of us who are queer, those of us who are standing up against oppression every single day. We must fight back, and we must fight back united, no matter what we decide to do or how we decide to do it. So thank you all for being here, and keep that in mind as we go forward in these next times. This is stolen native land, and we have to be able to recognize that if we're going to be able to even consider building a solid movement in Toronto. We are the 99%. Thank you.
The future of our social direct democracy. Jack Layton had a future for the future of our country. He stood up under cancer. He stood up against Harper. He said, let's go into the future. It's time. The people will not be defeated. Our time is now. We're with our... Oh, yep.
You don't have to yell into the microphone. You're peeking out.
Sorry. I get a little excited. So we're standing on guard for thee. Right now, we're on home. We're on native land. We're one with nature. We're taking back the power from the big bankers and the corporations. They are the economic terrorists. They're looting our economies. They're making us pay for their bailouts and their fraudulent actions. And we're not going to take any more because we have people power. I love this goddamn country and I ain't gonna let it slip. I ain't gonna let Harper bring in his ominous crime bill and put people that grow weed in jail longer than child rapists. We're gonna say no to the surveillance grid, to Bill C-52, spying on Canadians. We're gonna defeat it. We're not gonna let them have no warrants and get our names and our numbers from ISP addresses. We're not living under your spy grid, Harper. We know you want the police state. We're not going to stand for it. It's freedom for everybody, or it's freedom for nobody. And that's the truth. So we're standing in solidarity with our brothers and sisters around the world. This is a global consciousness awakening. We're going to free humanity. We're going to end the wars. We're going to stop injustice. We're standing with the Canadians' fall right now. Our Arab Spring has spread throughout the world. People are waking up spiritually, politically. They're being engaged directly. And this is an amazing time, and I want to thank everybody. The people united will never be defeated. The people united will never be defeated. The people united will never be defeated.
The people united. Yes, Derek, thank you very much. Reiterate that. That is awesome. Thank you for reminding us.
Hi everybody, my name is Rajab. I'm originally Egyptian. I'm from the Canadian minority here. The reason I'm here, basically, I have some questions to the Canadian government. I came here 10 years ago. I have been here for 10 years. I cannot save a penny to go back to my home country to see my mom with my kids for 10 years because of the taxes. You're taxing us. You're cutting half of our paycheck. You're taxing us 58% and taxing the corporate 16% only. That's not fair. You built the ATR, the Express Toll Road, with our money, and you're charging us when we use it. That's not fair. You pay it $4 billion to GM. GM is not a Canadian company, and you did not do anything to Nortel. You let Nortel go. Nortel is gone now. Nortel, the Canadian company, is gone, and you pay it $4 billion or $7 billion or 17. I don't know the exact figure, to the banks, and you did not do anything. You're not doing anything to the students. All my friends are students, and all of them are drowning in debt. You should pay off the student loans, government. I am so happy to be here. And the last thing I would say, capitalism sucks.
We
shall not be moved. Somebody has got to listen. That's our message here.
I did the life. I joined the pharmaceutical skincare industries. I started learning how the societies of medical doctors work, and the whole system out there needs to be fixed, and you know that. Okay? Let me reassure you of something. Everything that we're concentrating on with this whole issue with the currency and the banks and the chemtrails and the cell phone towers, I can go in lots of different directions, but guess what? I work with solutions. So if you're out there complaining and you're not making the change to be here, I don't really want to hear from you anymore. Okay? Does everybody hear that? People need to solutionize everything that's going on out there. And just open up your eyes. There's a big thing going on here, and people cannot deny this anymore.
You're the only one that makes sense.
Thanks, brother. Look, listen to this, okay? All I want you to do is look at this. David R. Hawkins taught us one thing. Learn to love with your heart and bring in whatever creator is God to you, and everything's going to work out just fine. Okay? Believe in God that you believe in, because they're all right. All our people are right. We're all bringing us to this direction. But listen, I don't know all the details of why we're here today, but let me tell you one thing I do know. Every liquid and every food that you eat out there is designed to keep you sick and stupid. Okay? I've been working with doctors for 10 to 12 years, and I'm telling you, I've seen it. I know how they think, and I know the GMOs, listen, everybody's got, Monsanto is part of it. Listen, there are so many issues going on, but what I'm saying is this, is that if you just understand at a core level that we're here today because of the foundation of why you're here, food and drink, everything else is built from that. Pay attention to how you feed your kids and how you eat. Try to cut down the Tim Hortons and the Starbucks. Okay? Dehydration, people. If you drink water and you bring in divinity, you will be okay. Everything's going to work out. All these big politicians and bad people and stuff that we perceive to be running the world will crumble because we're all going to get good. We're all going to get conscious, and our brains are going to start finally doing what they're supposed to. Okay? So do me a favor, people. Recognize this. Ionized water. Okay, there's lots of different brands out there. I could actually tell you mine, but I don't know if I'll do it. All right? Mentra World Service Corporation soon, and Kangen water or any other ionized water will help to change your life, people. I'm telling you right now, okay? Yeah, man.
My name is Eddie, and I'm an injured worker. And I know that through the injured workers movement that WSIB has a surplus of $16 billion, and that the city is $717 million in debt, and there's no reason why CPP, WSIB, and unemployment insurance can't bail this city out. If they were to take some of that money and give it to the city, we would be much better off. CPP had stolen my money and are now building malls in the UK and Germany. So I don't think that that's very fair, and that's one of the reasons why I came out to stand up to the greedy transnational corporations and try and make a difference. I don't want your kids and my family's kids to end up in the same situation that everybody's in today, and that situation is dire to the point where people are eating out of garbage buckets, garbage bins, and I don't know about you, but every time I look out over my balcony, there they are. They're coming in droves, and there's no room in the garbage buckets for me to even get there because they're all taken up. So it's time to stand up, and thanks for coming out, and I thank especially the media for being here and exposing the fat cats that are up in the hierarchies of our society. Thank you very much.